The legal cannabis industry is one of the fastest growing retail sectors in the world, but one of the biggest challenges in this space is the lack of digital payment solutions. Right now, consumers have to pay with cash. They can't use cards to make payments, and this is a major inconvenience. Retailers have problems with accounting, bookkeeping, security, processing, and transporting huge sums of cash. None of their revenues are digitalized, which also causes huge problems, and some cannabis dispensaries generate hundreds of thousands of dollars in revenue every single week. The whole entire market is estimated to be valued at $250 billion worldwide, and this is just a big problem because Visa and MasterCard pulled out of this industry recently. You can see countless articles that talk about this, and it has left the entire industry just stranded where people have to pay with cash. There are 8,000 legal cannabis stores in the USA alone, and they all experience this same issue. 12% of Americans are legal cannabis consumers, which come out to be around 60 million customers visiting those 8,000 stores daily. And in 2022, those same consumers spent over $30 billion all in cash. So today I want to talk about a crypto project that is solving this entire problem, this cash problem in the cannabis industry, and it's called Tangi. It's the first of its kind, and Tangi is a digital payment solution custom built for the legal cannabis industry. They offer card and token payment options to consumers, as well as an elite level rewards and incentive program. So the company specializes in fintech and develops payment processing solutions for higher risk industries historically that are overlooked by major banks and credit card processors. They've tackled this issue of cash-only transactions in the legal cannabis industry by developing a tailor-made digital payment solution for the industry, and by filling this void that was left by Visa and MasterCard. Tangi is catering to those 60 million customers spending $30 billion plus every single year in legal cannabis dispensaries around the US. So this is something that is a huge opportunity because this project is currently in pre-sale, and it already has a working product that has been rolled out in a number of cannabis dispensaries around the US. So it's not like they're just launching a token. They actually have a working product that they have plans of expanding, and I'll go over that in a minute. But they're launching a token to complement what they're already doing in the physical space, already working with dispensaries. So their digital payment solution, like I said, is already in stores, and now they are finally ready to start rolling out nationwide. They're doing this in conjunction with their pre-sale, which is currently going on their website, and I did buy into their pre-sale, so I wanted to let you guys know that. But Tangi has spent the last 2 years refining and perfecting its public listing strategy, and 4 years in total ensuring the future success of the project. So the project ultimately provides a strong basis for traditional investment principles while combining the best aspects of the crypto space, because like I said, they have a physical product and physical service that is being rolled out to countless retailers already, but they also have this crypto token aspect that is going to be available in the market and addresses a real world issue. So on top of this, the token has a clear target audience. It's all these retailers which are going to be pushing for their consumers to use the token are going to want to buy that token as well. So there's already real world utility to the token. Right now, if you're looking at it, the strategy to deliver a successful pre-sale is not 100% guaranteed like in any pre-sale, but it appears that Tangi is meeting a lot of different criteria that I like to look at. So by buying pre-sale tokens, and why I bought some personally, is because of like the entry and exit strategy. When you're looking at getting into a pre-sale, you want to be able to know that you can sell your tokens when it does launch at a higher price. That's why I get involved in pre-sales a lot of the time. It's because it's the real way you can make significant amount of money in the crypto space by getting into a project during pre-sale before it launches on major exchanges. So with Tangi, the company has announced that the first part of its dual option system, which is the card piece, has already been launched successfully in stores. The token option will be turned on shortly, and this is very important because it enables the company to expand into multiple stores, and it already allows them to set a foundation to use this software and technology moving forward. They've already proven it works in some stores, and now they're starting to roll it out. So it's important because they're going to be able to reach out to customers personally in every single store they operate in, promoting the adoption of the Tangi token option. This Tangi token option is going to be beneficial for not only consumers, but also retailers, because there's going to be less processing fees for retailers. There's going to be more ways where retailers can track consumer data. We'll go over more of that in a minute, but this ultimately allows Tangi to have, and the Tangi token to have, a very laid out approach of how the token is going to be adopted and increase in value long term. So the token option is there's a number of reasons for why it's going to be a chosen method of payment and why retailers are going to push consumers to use this token. It has unprecedented rewards and incentive program that card options simply don't have. They are going to be more attractive for retailers because there's lower transaction fees. Retailers are going to be eager to push this Tangi token out to their consumers for transacting rather than hard cash, because retailers don't want to have to worry about having hundreds of thousands of dollars of cash every single week, worrying about how to transport that. That's why they're going to also push for the token. And the card payment option is only serving to capture customers initially. So this is something that is allowing for the first time ever that they can communicate with their consumers seamlessly and 24/7. So that is something that is very, very unique. So for people who buy the token in pre-sale, before it's listed on major exchanges, they are going to be able to then have the tokens that these 60 million customers are going to want to use and want to buy, and that creates instant demand for when the token launches. So if you get in pre-sale, then when you have those 60 million consumers who are going to be wanting to transact in this token because of all the benefits at their local dispensary, well, then those people are going to want to buy the tokens that you already have, and that is where that increased demand creates an increase in price that you can then sell later on. But you got to remember that it's in Tangi's best interest to give early bird presale members access to end users. Ultimately, the company is going to, in Tangi, is going to be making money from transactional fees in retail stores. So they basically want the token in the hands of cannabis consumers. By cannabis consumers having the token and in their wallet, and by using it, that is how Tangi makes money. So that is something that is very, very important to realize with it, because ultimately it's a win-win situation. Everyone benefits. The end user benefits because they're able to go ahead and seamlessly make transactions and purchases at their dispensaries. They're having these additional rewards and incentive benefits. The pre-sale members are winning as well because they're going to be able to sell their tokens at higher prices, and companies are benefiting as well. So it's just a win-win situation all across the board for retailers, consumers, and Tangi in general. So when we're looking at the token specifically, there are a few things that stand out. Round one of the presale was oversubscribed within the first 6 weeks. This is something that is important, in my opinion, because it basically took the initial risk out. If you're getting involved now, you're not the first person getting involved in the project, and it's one of the reasons why I felt comfortable investing in it, is because I didn't get involved in the very, very first round. I got involved in this second round, which is currently ongoing, because it took that initial risk out of it. The way this presale works is that there are a total of 2 rounds. The first round is already completed, and that was at 20 cents per token. In round 2, it starts off at 30 cents per token, and for each 10 million tokens that they sell, it increases by 10 cents. So at the beginning of round 2, it starts at 30 cents per coin. After they sell 10 million tokens, it goes to 40 cents per coin. Then after another 10 million, goes to 50 cents per coin, 60 cents per coin, and 70 cents per coin. So in total, these sales are going to be for 50 million tokens, and it's best to get into round 2 early as possible because the token's going to keep increasing in value every 10 million tokens that are sold. So that is exactly how the pricing works during the presale. That's why it's better to get involved early on. In addition to this, the project also meets all compliance requirements, which is pretty important. It's filed with the SEC, which also adds that additional layer of protection and security. So if you're looking at the token, what I've seen in a lot of articles and a lot of people talking about is that if they're just able to attract, like if Tangi is just able to attract 1 to 1.5% of the market, in as few as 100 out of the 8,000 dispensaries nationwide, their token is going to see a significant increase in value when it does become publicly listed. You just have to take into account like the total tokens available, 50 million. And you could take the total revenue out of that entire industry, which is $30 billion. If you just take a small percentage of that total $30 billion spent every single year at legal cannabis retailers, well, it's going to drive that token price up significantly in value, and that is the main reason why I did buy it. So the team behind the token is also pretty solid. They have highly experienced, driven team who are recognized in a number of different fields. A former White House advisor, a former Prime Minister of Ireland. They have crypto experts, notable figures like Elon Musk, Peter Thiel, Charles Hoskinson, and all of these major people and major names have had connections with this project. So this is like a limited time offer because this project is in its pre-sale, and as they continue to sell out more tokens, the price is just going to continue to increase in value before it completely closes out. They're doing a total of 50 million tokens in their pre-sale rounds, and once that's over, you're just going to have to wait until it launches on public exchanges. So we'll see what happens here, but this is a project that I did invest in. I think it has huge potential, and one of the main reasons I did invest in it is simply because it's solving a problem that has an obvious gap in the market. There's an obvious need for this solution because Visa and MasterCard pulled out in this industry. We need to see some other digital payment solution come into place, and that is what I think Tangi can do.